Okay, I'm going to review The Story of the World, Volume 1 and Volume 2 for you. We did Volume 1 this past school year, and we started during the summer the Volume 2. And we do them with the student pages. I put their student pages in these binders. I put Volume 1 on this side, and then I just put this Volume 2 page on this side. The way we start is I go to the activity book, which the activity book does come with one set of student pages. So I just tear that out and put it in the binder, and I buy an extra set of student pages for my other child. Let's open this up. Okay, so here we are at Chapter 1, the earliest people of Volume 1. And what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and I can ask them some review questions, narration, more review questions, narration, additional history, corresponding literature, map work, coloring page, activity projects, another activity project. There's so much. I don't do everything. I don't do all of this. I do some of it. So the number one thing I start out with is the map work. Okay, so here's Chapter 1 student page in their student pages. So in your book, which is the activity book, it'll tell you to tell them student page 4 and to find and circle the town of Jericho, and then to trace the Tigris and Euphrates rivers in blue, and then lightly shade the seas blue, and the kids will do that. And then number 3, use a green crayon or colored pencil to color in the area between and around the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. If you need help, look at page 10 in the Story of the World, Volume 1, revised, page 20 in the first edition of Volume 1. This area is known as the Fertile Crescent, and some nomads moved here because it was so easy to find food. And then coloring page, a farmer using a shidduch on page 5, and then they color that. And what I like to do at the same time that they're doing this, I like to bring up Google Maps on our smart TV. I actually cast it from the laptop. There's an HDMI cable to the smart TV, and I bring up Google Maps, and we'll go to all the areas that our map work is speaking about. And we'll even drop that little yellow man right in the area, and we'll take a look around. They love it. It's so fun. Okay, so then I'll start reading. This is what Chapter 1 looks like. You might have to pause if you want to take a little read there. So I'll do one chapter at a time. Lots of times they just practically beg me to go ahead and start the next chapter. Sometimes I will if that previous chapter was small, but oftentimes I'm ready to stop talking. They do sell recordings, and you could play them in your car or just here at your home, but I really like to read, so I read it to them. Sometimes I'll ask the questions at the end, and sometimes I'll ask them throughout. It just depends how I'm feeling, or like, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and ask that question now, or I'll just wait to the end. But they do really good with just an oral review at the end. I've never done the additional reading or the activity projects, and my kids seem to retain the history. I'll go back and ask them, and they're like, oh, this, that, and the other, and they'll remember the way we're doing it. They remember what we've learned. Okay, so I'll just take a little flip through here, through their student pages. Here's activity book 2. I'll show you the first chapter. They do have a pronunciation guide in here as well. At the end of the student pages, there are review cards. And I have here the second set of student pages, which is for the volume 2, the Middle Ages. I just have it here in the same binder. We all have learned so much from this little bonus drawing. Little game cards if you want to do that. Little flip through the other child's book here, student pages. You can see their different style. Review cards. If you want to do advanced map work, you can do that. And we're still doing that. We haven't gotten to this part yet. I hope this review is helpful for you. We have volume 3 and 4, which we're going to be doing in the future. My kids love it so much, so we're just going to go ahead and continue that on. And it's actually the most enjoyable history curriculum we have ever done.